Brian, Stephanie, yes, we are in Beekmantown. Clinton County Dispatch has just confirmed that 4 people have been taken to the hospital after a helicopter went down. Let me step out of the shot so you guys at home can take a closer look. Party and Burke roads are still open. Traffic is moving, but as you can see, this is a very active scene. Fire crews are here. New York State Police is here. Police came over to us. They did recognize that we were here, but asked that we stay put so that they can continue working. They were not able to answer any questions when they came over and spoke with us. But what we know so far is that a helicopter did go down. Josh, our photographer, is here with us right now. Josh, let's take a look at those power lines. We can't tell exactly what that is, but there is very clearly some debris of sorts caught in the lines. And then if we go down, we can see that it is smoldering. Crews were just using the hose to try to put that out. In the last few minutes even, we've noticed that the smoke has gone down just a little bit. It has dissipated over the last, 2 minutes or so. Again, this is a very active scene. We are seeing crews across the way there from New York State Police and different fire companies here taking a look at what is going on. But I think what is the most important thing for people to know at home right now is Clinton County Dispatch has confirmed that 4 people have gone to the hospital. We are still working to get some more information about that. We do not know who these people are, where they were coming or going from, but we are here in Beekmantown and are going to try to get you some more information as soon as we can. We'll send it back to you for now.
We'll check back in with Leanne at the top of the hour when NBC5 News at 5 starts.
Yes, and for now, back to Ellen.
A helicopter did go down here in Beekmantown earlier this afternoon. Let me get out of the shot now so you guys can take a closer look. Our photographer Josh, actually, as he was zooming in, is able to see the tail. We're going to try to get that pulled up for you guys here at home. You should be seeing it right now. Again, that's the tail of a helicopter that did go down here in northern New York earlier this afternoon. So New York State Police did come over just a short time ago. They checked in with us and said, we just don't have time to take questions right now. As you can see, very much an active situation. So that is, of course, understandable. So there's not too much that we can share right now. On scene right now, again, New York State Police, a Clinton County Sheriff's Trooper just passed us. They are here. There are numerous fire trucks. From where we're standing, I can't see which fire departments they are, but there are many, many firefighters. I can see at least a dozen just from where we're standing. Over the last few minutes, the smoke on the ground has actually gone down. When we first arrived, it was very smoky, but up in the power lines, as you can see, there is some debris, something from that helicopter stuck in the power lines. Again, what we know so far is that a helicopter did go down in this field. We are at Party and Burke Road in Beekmantown, and these roads are still open at this point. Traffic is still moving. It has cleared out a lot. When we first got here, there was probably 10 cars that were watching, different people staking it out, taking pictures, that sort of thing. But that has cleared up. A member of state police just walked over to us, but they're not taking questions right now, but hopefully we can get some more information to you back home as soon as we can. What we know so far, again, is that a helicopter did go down. Party and Burke roads appear to still be open, but that is unclear as well. Traffic is not moving at this point. 4 people taken to the hospital after the helicopter went down into this field. Very much an active scene, lots of questions still to ask, and we're going to do our very best to get that information to you as soon as possible. But for now, reporting in Beekmantown, Leanne Denyer, NBC5 News.
Leanne, when we first saw the first pictures of this, there seemed to be a very large fire on those lines. What's going on now? What can you see behind you?
Well, yeah, Stephanie, when we did first get here, that the smoke cloud was large. It was a big smoke cloud, and we've been here probably 20 minutes or so, and that has gone down. That debris, though, keeps catching my attention. There is very clearly something in the power lines that is stuck from this helicopter going down. But I think the most important thing to know right now is 4 people are hurt. 4 people did go to the hospital. I have contacted New York State Police to see if we're going to be learning any more information about who those people are, where they were traveling to or from. We just don't have this information because this is still very much unfolding. This is still a very active scene. So again, we'll do our best to get more information to you as soon as we can.
Leanne, before we let you go here, the rest of that helicopter, it landed in an open field, not on a home there.
Well, from what we can see, Brian, there are homes nearby. This is a residential area, but from what we can tell from where we're standing, where police have asked us to wait, is that this is an open field. Again, we don't have this too much confirmed, but from what our own eyes are telling us, this does appear to be contained. It does appear to have crashed into a field, although it is to note that there are homes nearby. From what we are seeing, again, police have not shared too many details with us. Homes appear to be okay.
Leanne, thank you. Once again, 4 people have been transported to a local area hospital. We'll have the latest with more reports coming from Leanne.
Yeah, Leanne, we will be seeing you again through the next 90 minutes for sure. NBC5's Leanne Denyer joins us near the scene with new details. It's been about an hour since that crash. Leanne, what have you learned now?
Hey, so we have 2 new pieces of information to share with everyone at home. So we have just learned from a New York State trooper that came over that Pardee and Burke roads are closed. So if you are driving in Beekmantown tonight, know lots of folks are starting to make their way home from work. You do want to be aware that those 2 roads, are closed. Second piece of information, Eric Day, he's the director of Clinton County Emergency Services. He is on scene. We're told he's on the other side where you can see all those lights flashing. We're going to try and catch up with him in a few minutes. Since the roads did close, we are the only ones left here. We do need to move within the next few minutes after we're done updating you all over to where Eric Day is, and he's going to try to get us some more information as soon as possible. If you are just joining us, what we know so far is that a helicopter did go down in Beekmantown earlier this afternoon. Clinton County Dispatch tells us 4 people went to the hospital. This is very much still an active scene. We can see there are multiple departments, different agencies here in Beekmantown right now at this hour. Not too many details really available just yet. I know lots of people are probably wondering what happened. We do see that we can see the tail from where we're standing of the helicopter, as well as debris caught in the power lines that are going over this field. Earlier, Brian, you asked us about if any homes looked like had been threatened. From what we can see with our eyes, again, this is not confirmed just yet. It does not appear that any homes were damaged, but again, we are going to need to get the final word on that from police who are here. They are investigating. From where we're standing right now, I see a group of firefighters speaking with troopers, it appears. It's hard to tell from where we're standing. Lots of people walking around, but the crowd has gone down over the last half an hour or so. The smoke has gone down from the actual site where the chopper did hit, but people still here, trying to figure out what exactly happened here. But I think the most important thing to know at home is that 4 people are hurt. 4 people did go to the hospital. This is still unfolding. There are still lots of questions to be asked. So be sure to stay with us as we try to learn some more about what happened here in Beekmantown today. We'll be sure to get you that information as soon as possible, but we'll send it on back to you for now.
Performing life-saving measures on 2 of the individuals. They dragged them away from the fire and the crash scene, and actually initiated CPR on one of the individuals.
Did they go to CVPH?
All 4 people were transported from the scene to CVPH.
But we don't have a condition.
I do not know the condition yet. I don't have word on that.
Hi, Stephanie. Eric Day actually just stepped away. He just finished briefing us on what they know so far. If you are just joining us, a helicopter did go down here in Beekmantown about 4:15 this afternoon. We are told that 4 people were in that helicopter and were transported to the hospital. Guys, I have to tell you, I've been talking with a few neighbors. They're really rattled by what they saw this afternoon. All 3 people that I spoke to did not want to go on camera. We were just chatting as we were watching crews do their work, and they are really shaken up by what they saw here today. Let me take a step out of the way so you guys can take a closer look at what we're taking a look at for ourselves here in Beekmantown. We do know that they were able to get the fire, after the helicopter went down, they were able to get the fire that caused out relatively quickly. Crews were able to get here quickly. They closed these roads down as promptly as they could. As of right now, 1 of 2 roads is opened back up, and they are helping out folks who do live in this neighborhood get to their homes. Officials are asking for patience as they continue to do their work, but are also trying to help people get back into their homes, especially as this workday is is wrapping up. They are expecting to be on scene throughout most of the evening. They are still working to secure it. They're still documenting what happened this afternoon. While the sun has gone down in the hours since we've been here, we can see the wreckage better from this angle that we are at now. You can see the tail of the helicopter is there on the ground. There is still debris up in the wires. Eric Day, Clinton County Director of Emergency Services, says there is some concern about that, but thankfully it did go down in a field and not too close to any of these homes. So there might be some silver lining there. It's, again, lots of things still uncertain at this point, but emergency crews here on scene did say there is no danger to the folks who do live in this neighborhood. They are fine, they are safe, but they should expect to see a police presence here for quite some time this evening. There is many agencies that are here and who have been here since this helicopter went down. DEC is here, New York State Police is here, and like Stephanie mentioned, this was a Power Authority project that they were working on. We're still waiting on some details as to who exactly was in the plane, who they were employees for. Again, there's still a lot we don't know at this point, but thankfully, Director of Emergency Services Eric Day did provide us with some more information. I'm reviewing my notes. This just wrapped up about 5-10 minutes ago, but it does look like things have sort of wound down over the last couple of hours. They are working to make sure those transmission lines are okay. But I think the thing to know at this point is that there is one person who has been killed, 3 other people taken to the hospital. There's a lot we're still working to find out, but we're going to send it on back to you for now. Hey, Stephanie, yeah, we're on Burke Road right now in Beekmantown. This is a residential neighborhood, and I spoke with several of the people who live on this street. They say they were just too shaken to do a formal interview with us, but they say what happened here this afternoon has really shaken them. This helicopter did go down about 4:15, and we are learning a little bit. There's so much we still don't know at this point, but Clinton County Emergency Services Director Eric Day did update us about 5-10 minutes ago now. He told us about these 4 people that were on board this helicopter when it hit the power lines that are just behind me. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
15 this afternoon, a helicopter that was contracted to work for the New York Power Authority was actually working here on the telephone pole immediately behind me where the wreckage is, and there was some sort of issue or problem, which we don't know what the problem was yet, but caused the helicopter to have a failure and ultimately crash.
And the neighbors that I spoke to, again, saying that crash was really hard to watch. We have learned that 1 person has died. We have not been updated on the condition of the 3 other people. We do know they were taken to the hospital, but in what state, we just don't know just yet. So we are here in Beekmantown, and as you can see behind me, still very much an active scene. New York State Police is here, multiple fire crews are here. This really is a team effort to try to gather as much information about this scene as they can. We're going to be keeping a very close eye on this, and we'll try to get you more information as soon as it comes in. Reporting from Beekmantown, Leanne Denyer, NBC5 News.
NBC5 is still on the scene of a deadly helicopter crash in northern New York tonight.
NBC5's Leanne Denyer is live in Beekmantown with the latest. Leanne, any new news?
Not too much, not yet, Stephanie. This is still very much an active scene. There are lots of crews still here. While there are less crews than several hours ago, there is still a lot going on. I'm going to take a step out of the shot. I know it's dark now. In the last 2 hours since we've been covering this helicopter crash, the sun has gone down, so it's a little bit harder to see. But just off in the distance there, you can see the tail of a helicopter. It crashed this afternoon. It was about 4:15. We have learned 1 person has died. We are still awaiting news on the condition of the 3 other people who were inside this helicopter. Neighbors who do live in this neighborhood say it was very hard to watch. It was very smoky. The helicopter did catch on fire when it went down. Crews told us they were able to get it out relatively quickly, but there is still a lot of work to be done. Crews do expect to be here for the remainder of the evening. They're still working on securing it and really collecting as much evidence as they can as they try to figure out what exactly happened. We know there was some kind of malfunction with the helicopter that caused it to hit the lines, but what exactly that was, We just don't know yet. There's a lot of questions that still need to be answered, but Eric Day, the director of Clinton County Emergency Services, told us as much as he could. He said there's still a lot he doesn't even know, so we're going to be sure to get you as much information as we can. But again, in Beekmantown tonight, still very much an active scene. We're going to go ahead and send it on back to you for now.
And we will pass on any new developments as they come into our newsroom. You're watching NBC5 News at 6.
We'll be right back.
A small section of Burke Road in Beekmantown is still closed at this point. We're here with New York State troopers who are keeping a close eye on the wreckage. This is as close as we've gotten all day to the site. I'm going to take a step out so you can see what exactly it is that we are talking about. As Stephanie and Brian just said, the helicopter went down about 4 o'clock. 4 people on board. 2 of those people have died in the wreck. And this is a small community, but it is residential. And for the folks that lived here, they watched this tragedy unfold. Emergency crews got there as fast as they could after a helicopter crashed in northern New York. 4 people were on board, 2 died. The fatal wreck captured on cell phones by neighbors and passersby, some too shaken to talk on camera about what they saw. Clinton County Sheriff's deputies were the first to arrive on scene.
They dragged them away from the fire and the crash scene, and actually initiated CPR on one of the individuals.
One witness says she saw what appeared to be at least one person jumping from the burning helicopter after it crashed into power lines.
My understanding is that may be the case, but I haven't heard that firsthand from anybody yet.
The New York State Power Authority contracted a New Jersey company to use this helicopter to work on the lines.
There was some sort of issue or problem, which we don't know what the problem was yet, but caused the helicopter to have a failure and ultimately crash.
The landing gear was still caught in the wires as first responders combed through the debris, trying to figure out what went wrong. State police tell us 2 of the 4 people on board have been treated at the hospital. They have been released. We are expecting the NTSB and the FAA to be here as early as tomorrow to really take a look at what happened here. We are still awaiting the names of the people that were on board. Lots of information we're still working to track down, but we'll be here on scene through the rest of the show to bring you any information that we get. Reporting in Beekmantown, Leanne Denyer, NBC5 News.
Leanne, thank you. The power lines that the helicopter hit actually carry power across Lake Champlain to Vermont. This accident knocked out power for roughly 3,000 Vermont Electric Co-op customers in the Lake Champlain Islands. We continue to follow breaking news tonight. 2 people are dead after this helicopter crash in Beekmantown earlier today.
2 others have already been released from the hospital. But let's get to NBC5's Leanne Denyer. She has been following this story all day.
Leanne, is there still a scene out there tonight?
There is, Brian, but it is relatively minimum compared to the massive response that we saw here earlier today. This is actually the closest we've gotten to the actual site of where the helicopter went down. It's pretty startling to look at, but I'll take a step aside so you guys at home can see exactly what we've been talking about since about 4:30 this afternoon. You can see what's left of the helicopter on the ground there. We've been talking about this debris that was caught up in the power lines a lot today, and it is still there. Clinton County Emergency Services Director Eric Day told us they knew it was there, obviously, but they weren't too concerned about it at this point. We're told the FAA and the NTSB are going to be coming to Beekmantown to start to investigate this along with our local agencies, but it really has been a pretty startling day. A lot of the neighbors here were too shaken up to talk to us about what they saw happen right in front of their own homes. We'll be continuing to bring our community as much information as we can get, but we do know 2 people have died, 2 people have been released. We'll be thinking of their families tonight. Reporting from Beekmantown, Leanne Denyer, NBC5 News.
We're going to continue to follow this breaking news for you.
Make sure you have downloaded the MyNBC5 mobile app. When news breaks, you'll be the first to know. Alerts will be sent straight to your phone. Again, the app is free in Google Play and in the App Store.